Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we're going to be playing some standard best of one and a deck I wanted to try out to see if it can hold its weight against these black-white mid-range piles, the Blood on the Snow kind of value greed piles, is a blue-white control deck. Particularly a card I think is pretty well positioned in the format right now in Devastating Mastery. So 4 or 6 mana, depending if you want to pay student cost. But the Mastery itself destroys all non-land permanents. As such, it's very good against stuff like Wedding Announcement, planeswalkers, any sort of artifacts, enchantments, any of that jazz. So a pretty good way to get rid of those items. So playing that with Doomskars, just really respecting the creature matchups in this particular format. Our win conditions are basically 2 Hullbreakers, 2 Hull the Storm Giants, and through a learn board, some mascot exhibitions. So kind of light. Actually, we got a Cave of the Frost Giant. We got so many win conditions. We're overwhelmed. We got a Miria's Call. Like, we are golden. But really just respecting creature matchups. We got the Fading Hopes, Fateful Absence in here. I got some Sunset Revelries to gain life, draw cards, get creatures. Study Break as our new learn card of choice, just tapping down creatures, kind of getting around that way. And then counters and Saw It Coming, Disdainful Stroke, some Jawaris in there, some card draw in Behold and Deluge. So I'm going to give this a shot, see how it plays out. Our lesson boards, Sciences, Reduced to Memory, Teachings, and Mascots. I want to see how this plays out. I don't know if we want to be on Lier or not. But we'll see. I did post a question, and let me know in the comments as well what you think. When watching content, do you care about the rank that the streamer, YouTube creator is playing at? Reason I ask, between combination of time and just having for the last like 2.5, almost 3 years been grinding Mythic, finishing fairly high, playing a lot of games, it's just kind of worn on me. The joy's kind of out of it in that regard, so seeing what works. I mean, if it's a creature deck, we're pretty good. Let's try this out. So tapped this onto Foretell. Yeah, everybody's on these black-white piles. So I'm actually going to let them attack me first. I want them to commit more to the board. Notably, this Mastery is pretty intensive color requirements. Ooh, Mardu, sack. Could just be the... Not gonna just see Dispute here. Yeah, this is actually pretty good because they're going to have more cards in hand than us. So I can... I think I still want to wait on this Revelry to get creatures, perhaps. They're going to have to discard, though. Okay, so Path of Peril. Foretell a Doomskar, but yeah, I'd probably do that. If they hit me with Stormseeker, I don't care too much about that. If they go like larger creature, I don't care too much about that because I have the Revelry, I have the Doomskars. Yeah, Predator's not really an issue here. So we'll still have less cards, still have less life. I'm gonna do this now. I don't want them to like Deadly Dispute or something. This can be troublesome despite us having Doomskars. Okay, so they're out of basics. Also good to know. So they can sack the treasure, draw a card. We can also target one of our own if we want to draw cards here. We've got some options. They Deadly Dispute their treasure. Maximum value. Or their clue. They're probably on gold spans in this deck. Looks like they're just using the treasure package as like a card advantage. Another land, we're on Mastery. Wouldn't mind a learn card, to be honest. Think we probably just let this go. It's not worth, we got a bunch of sweepers, so I think we're okay. And if they have like Tybalt, I need to answer the Tybalt. These are all good in that regard. I do want to draw lands. Lands would be sweet. Okay, so we'll just pass the turn here. We got a couple blocks. If they go Mascot. That's an interesting inclusion. So, do I want them to draw cards? Again, I don't think I care here. We're taking 3, our life total's still high. Wouldn't mind like a study break. Take 4 this turn. Our life total's still 20. Let's get these sweepers to hit them harder. Okay, so here we gotta set an upkeep stop. We gotta kill the Predator on upkeep. Predator is probably the worst card for our deck. We got Mastery afterwards. Kill that. These like clues and stuff, we can start hitting them with the Devastating Mastery. Down to 12. Wouldn't mind like the tap effect. They might go... Problem here is they've drawn so many incidental cards this game. Opportunist's actually been pretty good for them. Okay, so we have Study Break. So I can Doomscar. They get back Edgar. I can Study Break on their turn. And then I have this Mastery. Yeah, they've heavily outdrawn us. And this is the thing, like these little like Deadly Dispute package is actually really solid. Okay. Sweet. So I could take one more turn. I think we're just mastering full cost here. They can draw a card, but I get the Edgar Coffin off the board. pretty good. Here we're probably just going to you pass turn. We haven't really been hitting lands, which is odd because I'm playing like 27. I bet their hand's like Vanishing Verse, stuff like that. So we don't want to just run out this Hullbreaker Whore. Want to keep up Counter Magic or like Divide by Zero or Fading Hope, stuff like that. We might just draw 2 here. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Fading Hope's not bad. If we hit another land, it means I can whore, and then in that case, they have to play like a bunch of spells. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. I notably only have 3 blues. Let's get some cards out of their hand. Alright, nothing. And we just saw there like the power of the masteries. Just being able to kind of smork. Immerstorm Predator is the scariest card for this deck. The fact it gets around most removal. I just want to double check my land counts here. So it should be 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So just kind of the wrong side of variance there. I want to try this deck. Like the deck I'm most interested in is facing against mono white and the snow decks. Like the opponent's deck was kind of cool, but it wasn't really an established deck. Alright, this hand's good. No sweeper is a little suspect, but we'll see what we can do. Probably just going to be Golgari. Get rid of that. Okay, so it looks like a ramper. I think next turn is going to be a significant one from whether we have to counter. We're still kind of on parity card-wise, so I want this to draw me a card too. I want to get like maximum value. Briarback. It's probably fine. I'm gonna bounce this. Study Break's interesting. I think we want to find a sweeper. I want to have Deluge up this turn. So basically my thought here is if they go like Lulth, then I counter. If they just go Briarbrack, then basically if they play a creature, I'm just deluging. If they play a planeswalker, then I will counter it. The fact this gains 4 life basically just resets our clock. Okay, so they duress here. I think we're gonna do this. They could still play Sorin. Sunset Reveille is actually not a terrible take at their part now. So they got the Briar back. Another Hullbreaker is not great. Just not finding sweepers has been kind of suspect. Could incentivize them to play like a big threat. They could also, they have 3 draws available. I think that's iffy. Because if I get a sweeper, then I'm happy. I think we let it resolve. I have 8 sweepers in the deck. I can cast all of them. Okay, Study Break's actually pretty solid. Study Break lets me tap 2 of these down, get Wandering of the Archaics, or even just what are we getting here? So Wandering, I don't have a land, otherwise I get Mascot. Teachings lets me dig a bit, but then I'm dead to the creature land. I think I just need to go Sciences here. Gets me my 7th line guaranteed. Counter this. I need this Deluge. Okay, sick. I gotta do this because the problem is these creature lines are gonna just threaten me on lethal now. We needed a sweeper earlier. Maybe instead of the study breaks, we play what's that stupid one? The 2/1 learn on enter. It's more proactive. I'm gonna try that out. Okay, so we see Chariot. So they know we have Hullbreaker. They have Menace. So they can go Chariot. Problem is I'm dead to these creature lines. I can pull out a sweeper at this point, but it's not going to do much. I guess if I get like Study Break, it's not bad because it lets me kind of bounce some stuff. Or Sunset Revelry. Fading Hope's not bad. So I think here because this does incidental damage. Take this off the battlefield. We're taking 8, 11. Doomscar's not enough because of the creature land. So I need like land Study Break. Could get us there. Okay, so tap down. Tap down, tap down. Oh no, 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 no! I forgot the menace. I forgot this was non-land. Ah. Yeah, I messed that up. I messed that up. I forgot this was non-land. So I needed to tap the Hive down. My thought was I'll block the Briarback. That was my mistake. Let me try with the other one instead. We'll try one more at this. I think it could be reasonable. We might just want all the learn. It's just virtual card advantage. Just like main board duress and best of one in a format where mono white's kind of prevalent is a choice. I think given that we have these Sunset Revelries, let's see what they lead with. Got a Gruel Gamer. I think we're okay. We'll have triple white at least. Mastery only comes on 6. I think we're a ways away from this call. That's a good one to have, the threat of it alone. Whenever it becomes tapped, create a treasure. I want to find a sweeper here. Could see gold span next turn. Can use these study breaks. Okay, so devastating's great. And I think we just want to dig for land, which we find. Okay, cool. So we're just going to build up to this devastating mastery. So this is basically give us blockers. And then gain us some life. They can go to crew here. That's fine.
My children drench their hands in the blood of my... Aren't I the generous one?
Tap you, tap you. We're probably a ways away from thing. So I can get a Sciences that gains me 2 life. Can also just use this Revelry. I think we're just getting Mascot here. We got enough lands in hand, so they didn't even attack, which does bode well for us. Do I want to commit more to the board this turn? Probably not. The one thing I think we need to do is be playing... I don't have Field of Ruin in this deck. That's what I'm missing. I was gonna say. We need to play more Field of Ruin. How about we put in some Field of Ruin? That's a good start. Don't think I care this turn. Is that fair to say? Let's let them attack. So I probably should have got Sciences instead. Okay, so they're not playing more to the board. And this is where Mastery is so much better. If we look in a normal situation, a sweeper really wouldn't be doing much. But in this particular board state, we get rid of Lulth, we get rid of 2 treasures, and we get rid of a Chariot. Like, Doomscar just notably much worse there. Now here, if they drop some creatures, they can go Goldspan. They go Magda, which really isn't much. They go Stormseeker. And here... So I can Doomscar again. I could Sunset Revelry. Actually, that's pretty sweet. So what I can do... So do this. This gives me less cards in hand. Okay, so I could have played this tapped. Should have counted my mana, but here, like, really we're just mindful. Okay, so Chariot's a bit annoying. So we can do this. They have 3 cards in hand. I have another Study Break. I guess I could just exile the Chariot and Doomscar. Or I could just draw Devastating Mastery like a boss. Blow up their worlds. So kind of punished here. If I played this last turn, I could have held up Study Break. Now we're really just looking for Hullbreaker. Yeah, we need Field of Ruin in this deck. I think we just full cost here. And then have Study Break. I can go get another mascot and then just try to turn the corner there. If they spend their whole turn going into this lair. Let's get another mascot. Ooh, we get the luge as well. Yeah. Opponent's seen enough. Alright, so we're gonna have Field of Ruins, and I think this deck's actually pretty reasonable. We lost that game against green-black, like we drew a sweeper any turn earlier. We probably would have been okay, but sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But blue-white control seems super reasonable. We saw that game against Gruel, just kind of beating up. The masteries have been great. Like, what we... Oh, nope. Not another one of you, but what we need is Field of Ruin. Put in 4. I think we could get rid of this gate. And I think we can go... minus, because we have these, we have those. Strokes can be reasonable. We may want more card draw, but I think this is like reasonable in its core. The Study Breaks felt good, the Sunset Revelries felt decent, Absence were good in the matchups we had them, just dealing with Planeswalkers. We might want... Because the thing is, with Mastery, you don't want Planeswalkers, which makes it a little difficult. You can't play, like, Solstice, Teferi kind of thing, but it's a deck. Let me know what you think. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. If you can, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay safe out there.